these gates pass the greatest fans in college football, and on occasion, maybe even a few heroes. September 27th, as the Huskers were getting ready to take on the Fighting Illini in the homecoming game, Brant Wickman was heading toward the stands to cheer on his alma mater and his sister-in-law, who was up for Queen.
We were walking about between the beach platform, about midway up the ramp. We both stopped.
His 8 months pregnant wife had gone ahead. He was on his second trip up to take them chairs when he bumped into Scott Weber.
So I said, "I'm sorry, sir." And then he fell down right in front of me. So I caught him and slowly just set him down on the ground, and then that's when I noticed something was wrong.
Weber was having a heart attack. He stopped breathing. Wickman yelled for help, then remembered something a friend had told him about CPR. Go to the beat of staying alive. So that's what he did, high and hard, all without training.
In the back of my head, I was always thinking, you know, what if, you know, and so I just kept going and kept going. It was not going to stop until he finally got a cough in him.
Incredibly, his efforts paid off.
Then he started coughing again, and like I said, it's almost like in the movies when you're just like, yes.
It turned out Weber was just 2 days shy of heart surgery. He credits Wickman with saving his life.
When we had talked later, he had said, "Well, you bruised my chest really bad." I said, "Well, Scott, I would probably say I'm sorry," but he goes, No.
Weber told me by phone he can't say enough good things about him. His family, as you see in this picture with Wickman, can't either. As for advice to anyone who may find themselves in this position,
don't second guess it, because every second matters.
Don't be afraid to act. In Lincoln, Vanessa Brown, Channel 8 Eyewitness News.
Channel 8 and the Red Cross are teaming up again this year to pay tribute to heroes in our community.
Tonight, the story of a dynamic duo of nurses who sprang into action to save a Lincoln man. A warning, some of the video is graphic.
Oh my God. Oh my God. You guys got 911? Hey, you got 911?
Memorial Day 2014, a holiday boat trip nearly turns deadly on Branched Oak Lake.
It looked like a shark attack and blood just everywhere, and I was like, we need to get over to this kid fast.
Kent Sievers had fallen overboard and was sliced across the chest and hand by the boat's propeller. Luckily for him, a pair of nurses was just 30 yards away.
Get him in the water.
Katie Oliver jumps in first. She's followed by Andrea Hall, both grabbing T-shirts for tourniquets to stop the blood flow.
When we actually rolled him over and saw everything, it was like my heart just dropped. And I mean, we didn't know if he was going to make it, but we sure didn't tell him that.
Katie kept his chest covered while Andrea tied his right hand. Together, they kept him talking to keep him conscious. Andrea telling the tale like it was yesterday.
I mean, we were both relying on each other to keep him focused, and if she wasn't there, it would have been a whole different ballgame.
Eventually, they were able to get him to shore so rescue crews could take over. A helicopter ride, a hospital stay, and a few weeks later, we caught up with Kent at his fundraiser.
It's a very extreme experience to go through a near-death, experience, and it's been just as extreme, the reaction that I've gotten from my friends and my family.
Support he continues to get through his new buddies, a pair of RN lifesavers.
When people, I imagine after this incident, called you a hero, what was going through your mind with that?
I don't know. I never really think about me being a hero, when people would say, that kind of stuff. It didn't really dawn on me.
Katie Oliver now lives in Kansas City. She and Andrea Hall will be given the Public Servant Hero Award at the Tribute to Heroes luncheon this Thursday.
Boy, they are heroes. And for more information on tickets to the event, you can go to our website, KOKNTV.com. Well, tonight we bring you the final installment of our Red Cross Tribute to Heroes series.
I sat down with a Nebraska man who's being honored for promoting the gift of life.
There's my boss. That's little Tatum.
You wouldn't know by looking at Gene Raymer that he had a heart transplant 1 year ago this May.
That was after my transplant.
The Falls City native is doing remarkably well, and he's been busy spreading the word about the importance of donating both blood and organs.
It just brings tears to your eyes because they're the heroes.
After nearly a decade of heart problems and trying everything you can imagine, a pacemaker and LVAD, Raymer thought his days were numbered. But last spring, he got the gift of life.
What was it like hearing that news you were getting a heart?
A dream.
His wife of 30 years, their 3 sons and 3 little grandkids were by his side every step of the way.
And there's the oldest one. He loved to play doctor. He had to come up and make sure Papa was okay.
And so were his friends. In fact, when he got out of the hospital, he says his motorcycle brothers gave him a 90-plus mile escort from Nebraska Medicine back to his home.
That was halfway home.
And that's where Raymer really set out on his mission, promoting blood drives, making flyers, and showing support at Red Cross donation sites. Raymer says without people giving blood, surgeries like his would not be possible.
And when you're walking out of that building, you're going to have a good feeling.
Would you say you're living proof of what it can do?
Oh, yes. Exactly.
But he didn't stop there. The once avid motorcycle rider who had to give up his bike while sick is back at it again, this time with a message.
Now I can ride again, and my wife and I bought a motorcycle and had it repainted and dedicated to my donor and to being a donor.
He's forever grateful for what he received and modest about the Red Cross recognition for his efforts.
Would you look at yourself as a hero?
No, no. I look at my donor as a hero. I mean, if it wasn't for him and his family, I wouldn't be here.
Such a wonderful guy. Yeah. And soon, Raymer plans to meet his donor family. Oh. He'll be honored tomorrow in Lincoln.
That's going to be nice. By the way, you can watch all of our reports on KOKNTV.com. Click the Active 8 tab and then the Tribute to Heroes tab.